Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're wading into the world of viral commerce. We're looking at a specific product, MFI's G-free crossbody bag. This thing was a complete TikTok sensation. It claimed to hold, well, a gallon of milk, all while staying stylish and compact.
Which is an incredible claim. So our mission today is to really dissect that. We're looking beyond the viral videos at the marketing versus the reality. Basically, we're doing an analysis of a marketing claim, looking at transparency, the actual value, and what you're really paying for.
Okay, so let's unpack this. The product is the MFI G-free bag, and it got huge because, honestly, it seemed to deliver on that core promise of functionality. The initial sticker price is $70.
Right, $70. And that price is really important because it acts as a kind of psychological anchor. It makes you think it's a premium item. But the fascinating thing is the sales strategy. They almost always have a buy one, get one deal running. So most people are actually paying closer to $35 per bag, not $70.
And the initial feedback is good, right? I saw on Trustpilot over 1,000 reviews, and the average is, what, 4.3 stars?
Exactly. People genuinely praise the capacity, the comfort. They like using it every day.
So the bag works. It delivers on that basic level.
It does. But, as with so many of these viral products, when you look a little closer at the company itself, a very different story starts to emerge.
Where does that begin? What's the first red flag?
It really starts with their company narrative. If you go to Emmafy's About Us page, it vaguely says they're a family company, but there are zero details. No founders' names, no location, no information about manufacturing, nothing.
Wait, so if they're a small family company, why are so many customers saying their tracking info shows the bag shipping directly from China with like a 6 to 12-day delivery time? What does that suggest?
Well, that points very strongly to a classic drop shipping model. Drop shipping means MFI likely never even touches the product. They just take your order online. And then a third-party manufacturer in, say, China ships it directly to you.
Which would also explain the quality control issues some people reported.
Precisely. You see reviews about stained fabric or bad stitching because there's no one from MFI actually doing a quality check before it goes out.
That's the accountability gap right there. And the transparency problem gets even bigger when you just look around online.
Yes. You can find near identical bags, sometimes truly identical, on places like Amazon. And they're being sold by random sellers for $20 to $40.
So how does MFI explain that?
They try to get ahead of it. They claim their colors are better, their hardware is superior. They dismiss the others as just Amazon knockoffs.
But is that true? What do the customers say?
The customer reality seems to contradict that. People frequently note that the MFI bags, right down to the zippers and clasps, look exactly the same as the cheaper ones. It suggests they're all just sourcing from the same handful of large factories.
So MFI isn't really a bag design company.
It seems like they're a marketing and branding operation, first and foremost. They're middlemen.
They find an existing functional product, and then they wrap it in a really polished, really effective social media campaign.
And if you connect that to the bigger picture, it changes how you see the price. When you pay that $35 BOGO price, you aren't paying $35 for fabric and stitching. You're probably paying maybe $5 for the actual bag. The other $30, that's going straight toward the cost of that viral TikTok ad that got you to click Shop Now.
So for a final value assessment, paying the full $70 seems pretty questionable.
Completely unjustifiable, I'd say.
The value only starts to feel decent at that $35 price point, and that's assuming your bag arrives in good condition. You're paying for the convenience of the ad, not for some unique or proprietary design.
And that raises a really important question for you, the learner. When you see a product just explode overnight online, how much of the price you pay is for the physical object in your hand, and how much is just for the cost of creating and maintaining that very effective marketing illusion?
This whole case just hammers home how important it is to be a little skeptical when you're shopping online. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.